For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check out g2a.com, and if you need any Ultimate Team coins, then head over to FIFA. The code CHES will get you a discount on both sites, and all links are down below. Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 41 of the Career Mode Road to Glory here on FIFA 15. We start today with a game against a team that are really pushing us at the top of the table, as you'll be able to see from the graphic on your screen right now. Birmingham City sit right behind us in third, 3 points behind, so if we lose this, they can draw level on points with us and give Walsall the chance to leapfrog us and for them to go top of the table. So we definitely don't want to lose any ground today if possible. If you remember the first time we played Birmingham, it was first versus second in the league, and actually we gave them a very good game back at the Abbey and beat them 3-0. This time though, I wasn't going to be drawn into any sort of complacency, was expecting a tough game, and that was genuinely what we were going to get. Starting with a bit of a rotation side, as you can see, no Kwesi Appiah or Tom Elliott up top to start this one off, because of course it's a very busy fixture list right now. We've got games at the weekends and midweek, so a lot of rotation going on in our not necessarily large squad, to be completely honest, but we're going to have the first chance of the game. Robbie Simpson plays a nice ball into Michael Woods here, gets it back on the volley, can't quite find that bottom corner, but sadly even if it had gone in, I would have been even more disappointed, because actually Robbie Simpson was offside in that situation. But Birmingham City actually played a very good game this time around, and a great first time finish there from Stephen Gleeson to give them a 1-0 lead after 15 minutes. Now if you remember yesterday, was it yesterday? Today's Friday. If you remember Wednesday's episode, we came very close to losing our unbeaten record, not once but twice, with 2 last-minute goals. We're back on level terms though, not long after going behind this time around, with Adam Armstrong scoring his 5th or 6th goal, I think, in League 1 so far this season. Actually grown in confidence in the past few games with him, and has actually been starting to score quite a few goals. All 4 of our strikers have been in top form so far this year, but Robbie Simpson can't find the back of the net this time around. There's a good save down low by their goalkeeper, and then the defender swings his big leg at it and hoofs it away. So Birmingham come back at us at the end of the first half. Moosey here in the box into Green. Not really too sure what the defender was doing, but Lee Novak gets it across to Cadiz, and actually that first touch took the defender out of the game. It took a good save by Coppola to stop them from getting back into the lead. But into this second half we went. Birmingham still continuing to push forward. Moosey seemed to be their main creative man. Lovely little back heel to get it back to Cotterill. Inside to grounds, into the box they went with Green. Good turn, good shot, well saved by Coppola, but unfortunately Stephen Gleeson was on hand to pop in his second and Birmingham's second of the game. And we went 2-1 down, and it was a very dominant Birmingham performance here, and I was concerned that again our undefeated record so far in League 1 was actually going to be under threat. I was not necessarily playing the most calmer football, but that would have been a wonderful way to get ourselves back on level terms. Beautiful effort from Adam Armstrong, I think it was, coming back down off the bar. If that had gone in, that first time shot over the shoulder would quite easily been the best goal we've scored ever on FIFA 15. But Robbie Simpson, we said, but all of our strikers are in form, and he scores there to bring it back to 2-2, and we are able to get ourselves a draw from this one. I genuinely wasn't sure whether that was going to happen as we got halfway through that second half. Birmingham were defending very well indeed, and I was quite relieved actually to maintain our undefeated record so far in League 1. I genuinely thought it was a goner in that game, to be completely honest, but we come back into a home game for the second one against Gillingham, and of course trying to increase the lead now at the top. Not sure whether Walsall have gone above us as we drew that game. They may have won their game that weekend or that midweek fixtures, so we might be second as of this particular point in today's episode. I'm not sure, but Kwesi Appiah and Tom Elliott are back up top. Jenkins Chikoe, our 16-year-old wonder kid, is into the starting lineup as well. 2.2 million is what he's valued at right now, and if he continues to grow, which he actually hasn't done that much of so far this season, hoping he does continue to actually go up a few ratings, because obviously his sale later on in the career could make or break our ability to stay in the Championship or the Barclays Premier League, depending on when we eventually move him on. But Gillingham came close to an opening goal very early on there. Good shot off the post by their striker. Controlled it really well on his thigh actually, and then a lovely little side foot effort, and we get a stroke of luck as it hits the woodwork and bounces clear. We get another stroke of luck there as Morris can't quite find his shooting boots. He really should be finding the back of the net with that. Tried to cut across it, but just hit it too far wide to try and get it to bend back into that bottom corner. So hopefully we'll actually be able to withstand this storm against Gillingham and come away unscathed, although they continue to come forward. As you can see, McGlashan's going to whip the ball in here. McDonald with the header down off the bar onto the line, and then a strange save by Coppola, but he does eventually get his hands on it and get it away. But it was a real struggle this first half, but it was, to quote the cliche, a game of two halves, shall we say. Tom Elliott gives us the lead with our genuinely first chance of the game in the 57th minute. The goalkeeper couldn't really make up his mind what to do with this header. Wasn't sure whether to try and palm it around the post or get it up over the bar. In the end, he just kind of pushed it into the back of the net, so I was pleased with that. We took a 1-0 lead, and then actually we're going to steal the ball off them here in the midfield. Michael Woods with a great tackle. They're trying to push players forward to get themselves back on level terms. We catch them on the counter-attack, as we tend to do when we've got Tom Elliott and Kwesi Appiah up top. Tidy little slotted finesse finish under the goalkeeper, and 2 goals in 10 minutes give us a 2-0 lead, and Gillingham seem to be losing the faith here. Jenkins Chikowi stands up the cross. Kwesi Appiah with a header, and actually this time the goalkeeper does come out with a very good save. Tips it over the top of the bar. We're going to have to settle for the corner, but Harrison Dunk will cross it into the box. Josh Coulson goes up but misses out on the initial header. Tom Champion then settles it down for Ivan Santalan, our Peruvian left-back, and what a strike. We had our left-back on loan last year, Luke Garbutt from Everton, scored a couple of goals like that from set pieces, and it was very impressive. And so far Ivan Santalan has proved to be just an adequate replacement, and of course he's our player outright as well. We signed him on a free contract at the start of the season. Our Peruvian left-back gives us a 3-0 victory, not necessarily deserved. In fact, Gillingham, after their first half display, probably deserved at least a point, let alone a slim margin of victory for us, but delighted to take all 3 points and a healthy boost to the goal difference as well. So we come into the third and final game of the season, again midweek, so the game's coming thick and fast still, and again, as you may have guessed, a rotation side similar to the one we played against Birmingham in the opening game, so that our top players can get a rest for the following weekend game. So York City at home shouldn't be that hard a fixture, to be completely honest. Obviously York came up with us from League 2 last year via the playoffs, and we of course won League 2, so we definitely were the better side last year. Question was, could we be the better side on this occasion? Kind of cancelling each other out with the formations, both playing a pretty standard 4-4-2, and actually York were going to have the opening chance of the game here. As you can see, breaking into the box, plays it back to Platt, so much space for the shot. Not really too sure why he delayed there. You could see me slide to try and block the resulting shot. Nothing happened. Josh Carson is turning me inside out in the box, really. McCoy stands up, Matt with a header. Good save by Bogo, though, palms it away, but Matt gets back to it, squared into the box, up goes Hyde, back to McCoy, and eventually Abogo is able to get his hands on that ball. Now I'm rotating my goalkeepers a lot as well so far this year, because of course Coppola is on loan from AC Milan, but he is 6 ratings better than Abogo, but Abogo is my goalkeeper, so I kind of want him to grow, as well as obviously having my better goalkeeper in between the sticks for the bigger games. So I'm torn at the minute as to which one I prefer to have in my first team. At the minute Coppola is my out-and-out first-team goalkeeper, but obviously if Abogo can start to grow a little bit, because he is still young as well. Obviously Coppola is 18 years of age. I think Abogo is 22, so he'll obviously start to grow a little bit later. Coppola has started to grow already, actually, and gone up a couple of ratings since we brought him in on loan. But a good block there by the defender to give us the resulting corner in the 66th minute. In comes the cross. Sam Maximin can't quite get to it, and that really wasn't far away, as the goalkeeper palmed it backwards, and eventually it went out for another corner. So Luke Chadwick's going to whip the secondary corner in. Up goes the defender, or midfielder actually, Liam Hughes there. Cleared off the line though by their defender, and actually I think that was headed wide rather than being going to sneak into the bottom corner. But Penn plays the ball down the line to Carson, who's a player we've been repeatedly interested in so far in this series, but haven't actually yet managed to get my hands on. So we'll have to draw on a Bogo here though to keep them out, and actually making a change 10 minutes from time, bringing on Jenkins Chikowi, but in a central role for Luke Chadwick. So we've still got Liam Hughes out wide on the right. Jenkins Chikowi I'm trying out in the middle of the pitch. He obviously is a right mid by default, but obviously has great passing stats, so might be able to play a pretty good playmaker role in the middle here though. Picks up the ball from Robbie Simpson sets his sights, and that is the best goal we've scored so far in this second season. An absolute worldie from our 16-year-old player. Fantastic effort from Jenkins Chikowi. We definitely will see a couple of replays of that shot. It's really weird. Actually, a guy tweeted, sorry, I can't remember your name offhand, but someone tweeted me a picture of their scout coming back with another player called Jenkins Chikowi in their career mode, but he was Argentinian, not English, and 6'6", not 5'3" like our guy is. So it's really weird. They've got exactly the same name, but couldn't be more polar opposites when it comes to the actual style of player. It's really strange. But Jenkins Chikowi gives us the difference here to give us that 1-0 lead, and we almost make it 2 there through Sam Maximin. Not quite able to do so, but we are going to get all 3 points. So we're delighted with that. 7 points is the haul in today's episode. 2 wins and a draw against the side that are up and around us at the top of the league. So we'll have a quick look at the league table now. And actually, Walsall have dropped off the pace. They've dropped down to third, Birmingham down to fourth, and it's actually Barnsley that are on a good run of form right now, almost exactly matching our results. As you can see, we've won 13 and drawn 13. They've won 12 and drawn 13 and only lost the 1 game. So that's why we get the 3-point margin of difference at the top, and they're above Walsall on goal difference, and even if they were level on points with us, we'd be above them on goal difference. But Barnsley and ourselves, definitely the pace hitters, as you can see. Only 1 defeat between us in 52 games of football. Real incredible stuff. So hopefully we can maintain that, and fingers crossed Barnsley can as well, because it would be nice to actually have some competition at the top rather than run away with it. We had competition at the top last year as well with Shrewsbury in League 2, and it went all the way down to the final day. So hopefully we can have the same sort of nail-biting stuff in this second season, and Barnsley, Walsall and Birmingham can run us close this year as well. But for now, very pleased to be top of the league. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, guys. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it's this series, the My Player series, or of course the Liverpool Career Mode series, which went up earlier on this afternoon as well. We'll have My Player and this series back tomorrow, and a stream will be tomorrow. No stream tonight, unfortunately, because of the Cambridge versus Man United game. So of course, check the Twitch channel though if you want to follow it to make sure you don't miss out on any future streams, and there will be all of my social media links in the description alongside that as well to G2A and FIFA. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow with a My Player.